Okay, welcome to my slide Introduction to Aquaculture Industry AQU 3032. My name is Afiq Aiman bin Usheri. My number metric S70397. Lecturer's name Dr. Nur Asma binti Arifin. This is individual presentation. Okay, we go to the next slide. External anatomy. General description. Small to medium size freshwater fish, elongated and slightly compressed body shape. The climbing perch Anabas testudinosus is a species of amphibious freshwater fish in the family Anabantidae. It is a labyrinth fish native to far eastern Asia, inhabiting freshwater system from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka in the west, to the southern China in the east, and to the southern Asia west of the Wales line in the south. The fish can grow up to 25 cm, 9.8 inch in total length. Age and food intake both have an impact of the body shape. Scale head with a 5 until 5 rows between eyes and back border of preoperculum. Ciliate big, uniformly placed scales. The color of the fish is dark to pale greenish, very pale below, back to dusky to olive, head with longitudinal stripes ventrally. Posterior margin of opercle with dark spot, iris golden reddish. As a result of the opercle's ability to expand widely and the subopercular's ability to rotate both laterally and ventrally, the opercular and subopercular bones are not fused into a single entity, but rather are connected by a thin, flexible membrane. Okay, we go to the next slide. Taxonomy of Anabas testudinus. We call it is climbing perch. The kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Actinopterygii, order Perciformes, family Anabantidae, genus Anabas, species Testudinus. Okay, we go to the next slide. The scientific name. 1. Anabas elongatus Leuven 1895. Second, Anabas microcephalus Blicker 1857. And then Anabas spinosus Gray 1834. Anabas macrocephalus Blicker 1854. Anabas Candace Daldorf 1797. And Anabas spinosus Gray 1834. Anabas trifoliatus Cobb 1860. And lastly Anabas variegatus Blicker 1851. Okay, we go to the next slide. The importance of economy in Malaysia. Climbing perch. Aquaculture industry. Hiu is a popular freshwater fish species cultivated in aquaculture system. It contributes significantly to the aquaculture industry, providing a valuable source of income for fish farmers. Okay, then food security. Hiu is an important protein source for local communities. Its availability helps enhance food security, especially in regions where access to rivers protein sources may be limited. And then export potential. You may have export potential, contributing to the economic growth of a region or country. If the fish meet international standard, it can be exported to generate foreign exchange. Research and innovation. Research on OU can contribute the sustainable agriculture practice in conservation. Okay, this is the statistic of ikan puyuh, the climbing perch. Okay, we go to the next slide. The fish biology and behavior. Number 1, taxonomy and classification, morphology, habitat and distribution, adaptation for terrestrial movement, reproductive biology, courtship and spawning, parental care, social behavior, activity patterns. Okay, the number 1, taxonomy and classification. Anabas Tetragenus belongs to the family Anabantidae, commonly known as a climbing perch due to its ability to travel short distance of land. Okay, the morphology, elongated body with dorsal and anal fins extending into long filament. Distinct coloration, often shade of brown or green with dark marking. Okay, the habitat and distribution, native to freshwater environments in Southeast Asia, found in ponds, rivers, and swamps with slow-moving or stagnant water. Okay, the adaptation for terrestrial movement, specialized gill chambers allowing the fish to breathe air, ability to absorb oxygen through the skin, enabling short overland movement. Okay, feeding behavior, omnivorous diet, feeding on insects, small fish, and vegetation. Opportunistic feeder, adapting to various available food sources. Reproductive biology, sexual reproduction with external fertilization. Male build a bubble nest using saliva and plants to protect and incubate eggs. Courtship and spawning. Courtship involves intricate behaviors such as fin displays and circular swimming. Spawning occurs near the bubble nest and the male guards the eggs. Parental care. Male guards the egg and fry until they are capable of swimming independently. Demonstrate territorial behavior around the nest. Social behavior, generally solitary, especially outside the breeding season. Aggressive territorial behavior during breeding, with males defending their nest. Okay, lastly, activity patterns. Nocturnal feeders, more active during the night. During the day, Puyu often seek shelter among aquatic vegetation or submerged structure. Okay, we go to the next slide. Fish breeding technology. Number 1, introduction, and then selection of breeding stock. Then breeding environment, feeding and conditioning, natural spawning, and induced breeding techniques, nesting and egg collection, and then incubation. We go to the larva rearing, and then fry rearing, grow out fish, then disease management, and lastly we go to the harvesting. Okay, we go to the next slide. Fish production technology. Number 1, we must choose the good site selection, and then water management. Number 3, broodstock management. Number 4, feeding practice. Number 5, breeding technique. 6, nursery management, and then water quality management in grow out space. Disease prevention and health management, and then harvesting technique, post harvest handling and processing, marketing value adjustment, and then economy and sustainable. Okay, the next slide, we're talking about issue or problem related. Number 1 is habitat degradation, and then disease outbreaks. Also we have water quality concern and overfishing and exploitation. Later I talk about for issue problem, and then we have 4 more. The invasive species, and then climate change effect, lack of genetic diversity, and then lastly illegal fishing practices. Okay, we go to the second last in my slide. Suggestion or opinion. Number 1, conservation initiative. Number 2, water quality management. Number 3, sustainable fishing practice, invasive species control, and climate resilient strategies, disease monitoring and management. the green descriptor regulation, legal protection, and lastly hydropower impact mitigation. Okay, lastly to my slide. This is my reference. I give 3 reference. Okay, that's all from me. Afiq Aiman, Geometry S70397. Hope Doctor enjoy. Bye bye.